like to start with the main issue which is right now prevailing in the statements and the uh, uh, actions of some political parties like Congress and other political parties, left parties and others. One of the stalwarts of the Congress party, Mr. Digvijay Singh, and recently the former Chief Minister of J&K, Mr. Farooq Abdullah, has openly said that there is a problem uh, in the electronic voting machine. And these statements have come up after the results of the 5 states election. How do you see this? Do you also think, and do the Congress party think that there is some possibility of rigging, and there is a possibility of some uh, something which can be fishy in the electronic voting machine?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes, mainly because of the way VVPAD is introduced, attached, working, and it makes electronic voting machine not a standalone machine. There is a report of the Citizens Commission on Election. अगर आप ये रिपोर्ट को पढ़िए तो आप समझेंगे कि इश्यू कितना गहरा है. This report has been signed by 6,500 citizens. It has distinguished IAS officers, scientists, engineers, and many others. ये जस्टिस लोकुर लेड कमीशन है. इन्होंने बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़ी है. ये रिपोर्ट पढ़ने के बाद मैंने एक्सपर्ट से बात की, IIT professors in America, scientists, and I'm also convinced that there is a possibility. There is a mistrust because of this VVPAD.
About the hope of the Congress party for 2024 polls, and of course the India Alliance. How hopeful the India Alliance is. My last question, open-end question to you, if you answer this.
I am very hopeful that people of India will respond to the need of the hour for the nation. I am very hopeful that people of India will think that the 2024 elections are extremely important for the future of India. We are at crossroads. And people of India will have to decide what kind of a nation they want to build. Do they want to build a Hindu Rashtra? Or they want to build a nation which is truly secular, plural, with focus on inclusion, diversity, sustainability, and the real challenges facing today: employment, inflation, infrastructure, energy, environment. People of India will have to also decide, do you want a dictatorial leader or you want a public servant? Do you want a person who will listen to everybody or someone who will just have top-down approach, that I have all the answers and I'm going to tell you what needs to be done? People of India will have to decide whether, because of religious differences, are we going to divide our people or are we going to unite our people? Are we interested in promoting fear, spreading fear, or are we interested in providing security, safety to our people? I think these are the issues people of India will have to decide. The election is more about the future of India and not about, okay, not about the personality.
मैं रिलीजियस नहीं हूँ, मैं धार्मिक नहीं हूँ, मेरे परिवार में लोग धार्मिक हैं। तो आपको धर्म से कोई दिक्कत है, या धर्म
नहीं,
से
कोई
कोई
धर्म से
दिक्कत है,
दिक्कत
या प्रधानमंत्री धार्मिक बात करते हैं इस चीज से
नहीं,
दिक्कत है
कोई
आपको?
मुझे धर्म से कोई दिक्कत नहीं। मैं यही कह रहा हूं कि धर्म रखिए, लेकिन उसको पॉलिटिक्स में मत लगाइए। समझे? आप देखिए, पंडित नेहरू थे, पंडित नेहरू ने धर्म को पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं लगाया। लाल बहादुर शास्त्री थे, उन्होंने नहीं लगाया। ओके, इट इज ओके टू गो visit temple once in a while if you wish. That's okay, perfectly normal. But you can't make that the main platform. 40% of the people vote for BJP. 60% of the people do not vote for BJP. आप प्राइम मिनिस्टर सबके हैं, आप प्राइम मिनिस्टर पार्टी के नहीं हैं। And that's the message people of India want Prime Minister to have. Saying, Mr. Prime Minister, you are not a Prime Minister of BJP. You are Prime Minister for everybody. And that's why we want you to come and address the press, handle their questions, okay, accept reality, talk about employment, talk about inflation, talk about, science and technology and challenge. And it is okay for you to be vulnerable, Mr. Prime Minister. You are a human being. You don't have to be a macho man everywhere. It's okay. It's okay to give credit to other people. You don't have to take credit for everything. It's okay. Perfectly normal. We love you. We care for you. You're a Prime Minister of a nation, right? Okay.
So
And be nice to opposition. Don't be nasty. It doesn't suit my Prime Minister of a country of 1.4 billion people to talk down on opposition. It doesn't look good. Once in a while, it's okay. But you can't be hammering day in, day out. It's not decent. I want my Prime Minister to be decent. Okay? This is me. This is my view. Okay? You don't have to agree with it.
सर, आपको क्या लगता है कि अगर जो आप कह रहे हैं कि बीजेपी और प्राइम मिनिस्टर राम जन्मभूमि, राम के नाम पे जो है वो चीजें कर रहे हैं, और जिन बातें जो इश्यूज हैं वो उस पर बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो आपको लगता है कि 2024 में राम काम आएंगे बीजेपी के?
वो तो people of India will have to decide.
Hmm.
People of India will have to decide. They are intelligent. They have to decide what are the real issues. Is Ram Mandir the real issue, or Berojgari is the real issue? Is Ram Mandir is the real issue, or Mahንगाई is the real issue? Is Ram Mandir is the real issue, or the air pollution in Delhi the real issue?
सर, लेकिन आप इंडियन ओवरसीज कांग्रेस के चेयरमैन हैं। आपने राजीव गांधी के साथ क्लोजली काम किया, टेक्नोलॉजी को आप लोग लेके आए। टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए आप अपने आप को खुद बता रहे हैं आप कि आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर आपकी नॉलेज है, लेकिन आप एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के एक विंग के चेयरमैन भी हैं। तो एज ए पॉलिटिशियन हाउ डू यू फील, बिकॉज 2024 के भी चुनाव हैं, इंडिया ब्लॉक का की बात हो रही है, इंडिया ब्लॉक के अंदर क्या ये ईवीएम का इशू भी होगा? क्योंकि 2018 में प्लेनरी सेशन हुआ 84th कांग्रेस पार्टी का, जब राहुल गांधी कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष बने, उस प्लेनरी सेशन के दौरान पॉलिटिकल रेजोल्यूशन में ये कहा गया था कि हम ईवीएम से हटकर बैलेट पेपर पे जाने की जो है पैरवी करते हैं। तो उस पे आपका क्या स्टैंड है एज अ पॉलिटिकल लीडर?
पहले तो मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं एज ए सिटीजन हुज वोट मैटर्स। वो पहली चीज है
जी
कि आई एम स्पीकिंग फॉर एवरी सिटीजन whose vote matters, whose vote is valuable, should be handled properly, and you should give me confidence and trust as Election Commission because you are independent. And if you don't do, Supreme Court should intervene. That's one. Two, as a political person, I would request my party to take this very seriously. I would request all the alliance members to pay much more attention to this than you have paid. It is not a simple issue. Don't overlook it, because 2024 election is going to decide the destiny of a nation. It is going to decide the path that India takes in the future. And I'm worried about it. I'm worried about it because I see too much importance given to religion. I see that democracy is being undermined. When Prime Minister of a country for 10 years does not give a press conference, that bothers me. When everyone thinks that everything good that happens in the country is only because of Prime Minister, that bothers me. When Prime Minister has no problem giving name to a national stadium on his own name while he's alive, that bothers me. So there are signals I'm getting which says we are on wrong direction. When nation is all involved in Ram temple, Ram Mandir, Diya Jalao, okay, that bothers me. To me, religion is a personal thing. Don't confuse it with national agenda. National agenda should focus on education, employment, growth, economy, inflation, health, environment, pollution. उसकी तो बात होती नहीं है. बात होती है हिंदू टेंपल की, बात होती है राम भगवान की. This is not how you build a modern nation. We have seen that the nations based on religion, whether it is Israel or Pakistan, are very different from nations built on democracy, freedom, human rights, diversity, inclusion, like America. That's what we want. Our founding fathers very clearly articulated, understood, and put it in our constitution that everybody is equal. I don't care what religion you practice. I have to respect you for who you are and not what religion you follow. I'm not going to dictate what you eat, what you pray for. That's your personal freedom. And when the entire nation is hung up on Ram temple and Janmabhoomi and all this stuff, it really upsets me, bothers me. Okay. I said, my wife is very religious. I'm not a religious person. She has a little temple at home. Fine. She's entitled to do that. But don't get me involved. Okay. I'm not a religious person. That doesn't mean I don't agree with what she does. That's her privilege. I used to say earlier that I have outsourced my religion to my mother and my wife. They are doing a great job. I don't interfere. So religion is something very personal. Don't nationalize it. Don't use for political gains. If Prime Minister is spending time in temples all the time, it bothers me. I would rather have him go to schools and libraries and scientific institutions and not visit lots of temples. Yeah. But that's my view. People have to decide how they feel about it.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन आपका से ही पूछना चाहूंगा सर. राहुल गांधी के बारे में आपका क्या कहना है? राहुल गांधी की राजनीति इस वक्त कैसे आप देखते हैं? भारत जोड़ो यात्रा के बाद उनकी इमेज में कोई ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जो आया है, आपको क्या लगता है? और दूसरी बात ये कि जब जब राहुल गांधी, क्योंकि ये आपसे इसलिए पर्टिकुलर सवाल पूछ रहा हूं इसलिए मैं, क्योंकि जब जब राहुल गांधी बाहर फॉरेन टूर्स पे जाते हैं, अब्रॉड जाते हैं और कोई बात करते हैं, तो वो राजनीतिक मुद्दा बन जाता है और वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के निशाने पर होते हैं कि उन्होंने कोई बात कही है तो वो विदेशी धरती पर जाकर इस तरीके की बात कर रहे हैं, और देश की बात देश में होनी चाहिए, विदेश में जाके देश को क्रिटिसाइज करना ठीक नहीं है। और भारत जोड़ो के बाद आपको लगता है कि क्या राहुल गांधी की इमेज में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आया है, और क्या वो भी एक ऐसे कंटेंडर हैं जो इंडिया ब्लॉक को, या इंडिया ब्लॉक की जो पार्टीज हैं उनको लीड कर सकते हैं फॉर दी 2024 पोल्स?
देखिए, राहुल गांधी एक युवा नेता हैं, पढ़े लिखे हैं, उनका डीएनए पॉलिटिकल डीएनए है, वो बहुत समझदार हैं, लेकिन उन्हें समझना थोड़ा कठिन है, क्योंकि इंडिया में आप ऐसा समझते हैं लोग कि आप कनाइविंग हो, आप झूठ बोलें, आप लोगों को मैनिपुलेट करें तो आप अच्छे पॉलिटिशियन हैं। अगर आप सच में मानते हैं, सीधी बात करते हैं, तो आप नाइव हैं। So according to me, Rahul Gandhi is very qualified. He may have a different style. He may have his own style, which we all have.